Okay, if you say so. AJ noticed the bundle of skin scrunched up between her brows and made a mental note to show Parker Winnie the Pooh at some point. Amy's slumped shoulders and slight exhale of relief made AJ laugh. Close one there, Amy. Our regulars, please. She had already started scooping the vanilla into a cup, and then with a shake of her wrist, topped it off with the coveted rainbow sprinkles. There you go, Tigger. Enjoy. She had the cup balanced perfectly on her palm, and she bowed slightly to Parker when she handed it over, making Parker giggle. The sound was a balm to AJ's frayed nerves, and she wished she could bottle up the sound to take out and apply when things got tough, which seemed to be more regular now. Amy handed the cup of chocolate peanut butter ice cream to AJ, and she took it while fishing out her card. That will be $8.50. Amy winced slightly, and AJ looked up startled. Oh, that's gone up a bit since last week, she commented as she handed over her card. Yeah, we had to increase our base prices. Sorry about that, Amy mumbled. Hey, it's not your fault, Amy. I was just surprised, that's all. AJ looked down at Parker, who was staring at her ice cream intently. AJ, I'm sorry. This card has been declined. AJ snapped her head back to Amy. She could feel the cold breeze of the ice cream on her tongue as she stood there slack-jawed. No, it can't be. I was just paid yesterday. She was afraid the ice cream would melt from the increased heat in her cheeks. Clearing her throat, it felt like a rock had settled in, and she wondered if that's what an Adam's apple felt like when swallowing. I guess I'll just take the one then. She tried to hand back her cup and noticed a nick on her finger from trying to loosen up the faucet, which made her suddenly remember the plumbing bill she had to pay. Don't worry about it. If we had a stamp system, you'd definitely have enough stamps for a few free ones anyway. Amy handed back her card without running it again. AJ's throat was thick with emotion as the sting of a hidden tear welled up in the corner of her eye. Thanks, Amy. It's been one of those days, and it feels like you just gave me a lifeline, she croaked as she grabbed the useless slip of plastic back, glaring at it before sliding it back into her purse. Come on, sweetie, let's go. She went to put her hand on Parker's shoulder before dropping it back to her side. See you next week, Amy called as they exited. AJ held out her ice cream cup to Amy in silent cheers over her shoulder while she mouthed, "Thanks again," on her way out of the door. This'll be my last movie, Rob. I can't do it anymore. Melanie Cooper looked down at the stack of documents in front of her before looking back at her agent. He sighed, shoulders slumping slightly. I know. We've talked about this. I'm hoping a break after the movie will be okay, but I also understand that this is it. A pen thudded along as he pushed it across the surface of the table, landing near the documents. Let's get started, shall we? Section 1A, Stunts. Melanie's fingers were wrapped in her hair, trying to massage out a headache. I think that's about everything, Miss Cooper. If you could please sign here. Robert wore an expectant smile as he pointed to the area. She could practically see the dollar signs in his greedy green eyes. Rolling her eyes, she grabbed the pen and signed the next 6 months of her life away. There, now will you please go back to calling me Melanie? This Ms. Cooper business is grating on my nerves. She rubbed her temple with both hands, wondering if they got new bulbs put in at her brother's office. They seemed brighter somehow. You know how I like to keep this part separate. He waved to the paper that was now in front of him. It's hard when I have memories of you giving me wedgies. He shuddered at the thought. Melanie placed her hand over her mouth as she chuckled at the shared memory, before gathering her purse from the ground and scooting her chair back to stand up. I can still take you, don't forget that, dear little brother. She bent down to hug him. I'll see you Monday for dinner. Can't wait to eat some of Andrew's cooking. Yeah, I lucked out with that one, although I have to keep an eye on my figure. It's dangerous having a chef for a husband. Rob patted his stomach, which was starting to get a noticeable love pouch. Melanie stared at the pouch as hot jealousy flooded her veins. She wanted what he had, but unfortunately it didn't seem to be in the cards. She couldn't trust that someone wouldn't have ulterior motives. Thinking of Rebecca made her clench her jaw, almost cracking a molar. You did look out, Rob. She paused, then shook her head, trying to dislodge the memories and scatter them into the wind. Thanks for everything. With a final twitch of her fingers in his direction, she headed out of the conference room. The office halls were lined with pictures of people Rob's firm represented. She tried to walk past her own photo without looking, but the red shirt she was wearing in the image caught her eye. She stopped and tilted her head, taking in the glossed-up 2D version of herself. Blue eyes peeked behind windswept auburn hair.